Welcome everyone to DieFall Cypress episode 11. It was really recent that we all saw you last, but because of some travel and some things coming up convention-wise, we're gonna do our best to not miss weeks. So we're here now on a Monday. So I hope everyone was able to join us for this. I'm super excited to be playing even more Dungeons and Dragons in a much smaller span of time. And I hope you guys are excited to see it as well. I think the biggest thing I have today for the cast is an exciting event happened. Once in a blue moon thing, almost as rare as supermoons themselves. The Lady May streamed today in an incredible art stream. If you missed it, you missed out. And it was a great time. So May, how did it feel to be in front of the camera painting again?
Surreal. No, it was good. It was good.
Excellent. Do you have the painting on hand?
Why yes, it's right here.
Why yes. So I've gotten the description of what it is before, but if you don't mind telling a chat all about it.
Well, one of my friends, she's also a streamer. She does like photo packs, and she lives in Scotland. And so it is Applecross Bay in Westeros, which is Westeros. But apparently that was her view from her campsite.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super neat. Very cool.
So I just really liked the colors in her photos. So I'm like, I'm going to paint this.
Yeah, very cool. It was a good time, and it was cool watching all of your longtime subs like coming back and resubbing. Like some of them are like 2 years, and it was really cool. It was like, hey, it's a stream, I can sub now.
That tends to be the case.
It was great. It was very cool. So if you guys missed out on that, I'm sorry. But maybe there will be another one at some point in time, and you should follow May just to make sure you don't miss it next time. Rob, how was your game yesterday, and did you kill a monster?
Not yet, but we're killing it next week for sure. We were doing some investigatoing of our own. I kind of swindled like a college student out of a family heirloom because I'm just such a piece of shit. There's context to it. You should watch Slaying 101 on twitch.tv/game nights with 2 G's and a K in nights to learn about why I would do such a thing. But yeah, it was super dope. I love that game, and I'm sad I only get to play it like twice a month, but it's super worth it every time. And yeah.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear it. Very glad to hear it. Nick, how are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to roll some dice, and I'm ready.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to do all the D&D things.
Fantastic.
I tried to roll for you, and it went under the table, so that's gone.
GG.
That
Rob,
just
are you ready?
gone.
Doesn't seem like you're ready to roll there, Robert.
I had a backup.
There it is.
Natural 20. I'm not even lying.
Wow. Bold.
That's the
I got-
one.
Okay.
I
That's
got
the
lots
one
of
I get
backup
this
for
whole
you.
session. Thanks for eating it up, Rob.
You're
That's my one natural
Oh.
20.
Right. If you guys hadn't seen the die that May's holding right now, I think those are the same
Yeah.
ones. You can
Yeah.
head on over to the Discord and check out the public discussion channel. Oh, of course my bot's broken still, so that's fine. But I'll get that fixed in a second. But you can see all those dice. She got us each dice that represent our character and or DM hood.
Yes.
Thanks, Stella. So yeah, like go check them out. They're super pretty. It will be officially my first set of dice, which is kind of dope, and I'm super about that being Reco themed. But yeah, Nick, I was gonna ask you, because before I get too far off track, do we have more? Is there more music updates? Do you know? Is there more?
I don't do anything in any projects I do. I just show up. So no, but we have some new music dropping very soon with Dropcase, my ska band. It's a 3-song EP that we've been working on for a while. There's more info about it on the Twitter. on Dropcase there. You can go see what's up, what's happening. But it should be on Spotify or wherever you get your music pretty soon.
Awesome, dude. Can't wait. That's exciting. That's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's gonna be good.
Stella, you had a late Sunday stream that was supremely out of schedule for you, but it was very cool. Did you enjoy playing Jackbox?
Yes, it was my first time ever running Jackbox, and it was just like a small community thing. It was very interesting. Yes.
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 Good.
Jackbox,
Good.
yes.
And yet the audience seemed to enjoy it as well. It was fun. I'm glad. I was editing through Dragon Heist last night and just sitting and listening, so that was enjoyable.
The hilarious part was every single person that was playing was in voice chat together. So
Yes.
They were all in voice chat in my
Yeah, they were all colluding
my
against you at
God.
some point in time. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Cool. So you guys want to play some Dungeons and Dragons? Maybe kick off some episode 11 shenanigans here? Yeah?
All right.
You
I'm
want to
down.
do that? Hey, Rob, do you want to do recap or do you want to roll for it?
Oh, I'm rolling for it. Y'all have
Hell
like
yeah, here
3
we go.
days. You have no excuses if you can't remember.
I honestly
I had-
remembered the other one more. I remembered 3 days ago.
I
Great.
had to stop and
Goldfish
think
brain.
like, oh.
Absolute goldfish brain.
Feels great. Joel's 1, I'm 2, Nick's 3, Stella's 4, May's 5. Here we go. Oh, it's me.
It's Rob. Hey! Woo-hoo!
All right.
Man,
Well, I don't remember
close one.
shit, so I just show up and look moderately handsome. Like that's just my job here, right?
That is true. This is why I keep inviting you back.
Previously on DieFall, Cypress. So when we left our party, the voice of God speaks, and he tells you that the last time we saw our party, they were in a slight bit of a predicament a couple episodes ago. They got themselves tied up and apprehended by one Morakan Enforcement and Trade. With a quick bit of ingenuity and such, they managed to escape the group's clutches, and just in time too. Turns out Ballas and some of the Cypress Company blades were mounting a rescue mission and came in and took control of the situation, and the party was victorious against probably a deadly encounter or something. There were a lot of people there. However, not all things were coming up daisies, because it turns out that some investigatoing led Nyara and in turn the rest of the party to discover that there were a couple major players within Morakan Enforcement and Trade's schemes to shall we say uproot the Cypress Company farm puns. Namely the alchemist, the artificer, the crier, and the mole, which in particular set Ballas off as that would suggest that there was a spy amidst the Cypress Company, and this was now officially a need-to-know situation, because he started to think, gosh, I really don't know who I can trust other than my family. So naturally, he sent Nyara along and the party to report back to Cypress Company, let Camilla know, Nyara's half sister, and in turn just continue their job protecting the caravan and making sure everything goes smoothly. They met one. Oh gosh, I gotta pull up the note because I'm never gonna remember this name. Darthoridan Brymaris Osterbon, or Osterbon as he is referred to, a strange little herbalist man from Osterbon to the west, which is a village named after him. He seems humble. He bought a couple scales off Rekko for some, what was it, fire moss, I believe. And Rekko had his suspicions when he found out that Alchemist, or Alan, was also in his title as well. Unfortunately, I don't think he cracked the case, and Nyara thankfully sent the man along on his way back to Osterbomb. And at the very end of the session, the party set out for another leg of the caravan's journey, with more carriages, more people, and more problems. I don't know. Anyway, it's D&D.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do a thing.
Shall we? So I guess I'll start out because we've gotten a little bit familiar with how we travel and such. Is there anything in particular that you all would like to accomplish on this leg of the journey? The road from where are you, Verso, to the next major settlement of Mareka is approximately like, I want to say it's like 30 something miles. So at a slightly more elevated pace as opposed to the first leg of the journey, it's going to take you anywhere from 2, maybe 3 days. They're going to spend less time kind of lagging and whereas the first leg was kind of spent like lagging behind and letting you guys do your thing and investigate and kind of reveal the mission. Now that you're more familiar and whatnot, less time is going to be spent on that. And there's also only like one major farm on the way. So is there anything else? There's not going to be a whole lot of stopping, I guess, is the point I'm making. So is there anything in particular that you guys would like to do on the way to this first farm?
Do you know the name of our final destination? I don't know if I just missed that or not.
So the final destination, as opposed to, like as in like the end of this job, or like the next settlement?
Not the farm, but where? Yeah, you said it was like 3 days or something to the next settlement.
Oh, sure, yeah. So this next settlement, if I can just consult my little notes here, that's not the one. Let's call it as soon as I can. I closed the wrong window, guys. I am so prepared. The next settlement is, there it is, Ash Blossom.
2 words?
1 word.
1 word. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So the town of Ash Blossom is your next destination. It's situated at about like the middle of Mareka, so you're making your way.
I don't think Rekko has anything that he needs to accomplish in this. He probably just travels and talks to people, and
okay.
I don't think there's anything he has to do unless there's something to smack with an axe.
Is it still swampland, or are we passing like more fields and stuff?
So this is the part of Mareka that begins to recede into some plains and whatnot. It's not quite, it's still very boggy, but the bogs and swampy areas are more kind of limited to sort of like the south of you guys and a little bit to the west. It sort of curves up, like the wooded areas. You're going kind of away from that, so it is beginning to get to more stable ground and more of a fielded area. It's more open than some of the previous places you've been.
If we cross any things that have like our farmers' fields, I just want to like take a quick look to see if any of them the crops look poorly.
Yeah, of course.
Sign of
sure
ill growth.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can handle that when we come upon that. Ashlog, Otis, anything at all in particular?
Ashlog would like to pull up weeds and dandelions and anything that could be of any kind of medicinal use.
Okay, that's fair. As you guys travel, you can, destiny requires medicine and dandelions and such. Otis, anything in particular?
Nothing too important. He's just like working on some things, some new inventions and something. If he doesn't like something, he kind of just like tosses it and Petrus eats it.
I love it. Yes, and Otis has his what was it called?
The Iron Defender.
Iron Defender with him. Petrus, the effectively big old Pac-Man frog thing.
Yep.
Love him. He's a good boy.
I definitely think the first time you throw him something to eat, Rekko's gonna watch this. Where does it go?
When he eats something, there's like a very muted like doom inside of him. It's just
It's like an empty metal trash can.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
just it's the bottom of it.
Do you have to empty him at any juncture?
It's gonna get a little smelly in there if it's food you're throwing in there.
well, no, it's only
it's
like
like
metals and
compost.
things.
It's
Okay.
strictly metal, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. So it's not like organics. It's okay.
No,
I see.
strictly
When you said feeding him something, I thought you were like tossing him berries or whatever, and I was like, wow, how is this happening? Okay.
I
cool.
love it.
Yeah. He's an empty metal trash can.
That is absolutely something you can all do. Great. Yeah, just stuff to keep in mind while we're traveling here. And funnily enough, all of that isn't necessarily going to be relevant just yet because coming up about like a mile out of Verso, you see a fork in the road, and the road begins to lead west, and a nearby road sign kind of in a little bit of disrepair, some like fungus and whatnot growing on it. The wood is very worn. There is a sign that points to the west and says Osterbahn. So it seems that is where our mysterious little friend with his cart of trinkets and doodateries, all of the alchemical variety, traveled down the way that way. And yeah, so that's just kind of something to, I think as you guys pass it, Gabrielle kind of like looks at it and just like rolls her eyes, and she turns to the party and is just sorry about that. He's a funny fellow. I hope he didn't swindle you, Rekko.
No, Rekko got great deal on fire moss torches, and he like brandishes one and says, "It lasts forever."
Oh, does it? Well, it's going to be an awful lot of work keeping your arm held up the entire time while you're holding that.
Rekko looks down at his arms. Rekko is very strong, not to worry.
Yes, but forever? How are you going to sleep?
Forever is not that long.
You're seeing a very different side of Gabrielle right now. I think she's a little bit more relaxed, and a little bit more lighthearted about the journey. I think that this getting to Verso and maybe some of the stress was taken off of her, as more of other chief blades are among one or two are among the caravan staff now. And so I think that you're seeing maybe how she really acts, and she's not as uptight, she's not as strict, she's more comfortable in her surroundings. I think she's in control of the situation, I think is the best way to put it. And so she turns and notices, I'm sorry, what was his name one more time? The frog, the Iron
Petrus.
Defender, Petrus. Thank you. She says, "Well, that's new."
Yeah, brand new. Slap the side of him.
What does it what does it do?
What can it do? Show it what you can do. And it kind of like opens its mouth and goes, ha! Isn't that something?
It's something.
Wow. It is like it is very alive.
Oh, yeah.
You are so smart.
Ah, it's nothing. I'm sure anyone could have, reanimated stone. It's nothing.
Reanimate stone. I can run at stone, yes. Is that all it takes?
Something like that. Yeah, kind of a little bit. Not the entire process, but some of it does entail that.
I will say that you are passing a couple of large stones on the side of the road. Yeah.
Rekka will point at one.
Mm-hmm.
So if I run at this stone, I can make another?
If you not exactly if you ran at this stone one
Is
time.
that not what you said?
That
it's multiple times.
Lots of times, yeah. But also it takes a little bit of little magical flair when you kind of hit it.
Oh, like lightning?
Possibly, but something more than lightning.
What is there more than lightning?
You know what? You make a hard bargain there, but it takes more than just raw power. You have to have a little bit of skill, a little bit of handiwork in there.
Are you saying that Rekko is not skillful? Have you not seen me operate on the battlefield?
No, I've seen you on the battlefield. You're very skillful. I just mean in sort of the ways of intricacies. In sort of the animation process, you might be a little bit lacking in that sort.
Can you teach me?
I can sure try.
This is good. Show me. Run at the stone.
Okay, watch this. You get off the cart.
Yeah, so Otis, you hop down from one of the
just
cars.
watching him intently.
I'm gonna run as fast as I can at the stone, and I'm gonna slap it. And at the spot where I slap the stone, I leave like a little imprint of my hand. It's just like a red imprint of where my hand is. And I let go. It's just like a little imprint. I'm like, see that?
Oh. So many times of that. And that is what you make?
Yeah.
Less running, more slapping. Why do you not say, I slap the stone and I make the frog?
Well, because again, it takes a little bit more. A little bit of the intricacies are more in the tools I use in those sort of things. It's not just a slap. It's more like a skillful slap.
I would like to watch this process the next time.
Of course.
Good. Good. Rekko is satisfied at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. That is okay. Yeah. So you guys kind of jog up and catch up with one of the carts and continue. And I think as you reach the cart, Ashlog, you're continuing to just sort of pick dandelions and random weeds and whatnot. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I can do that.
Perceive for me.
I look with my eyes.
She looks with her eyes, and what does she see? A 9. Yeah, I mean that's plenty. To notice, so you see the usual like standard fare of weeds and whatnot. What you may or may not know to be largely useless junk plants, whatever. I mean, unless you have some application for dandelions.
There is always a use for dandelions.
Always, absolutely always. But you start to see, are you proficient with like any kits, like herbalism or anything?
Yes, I am proficient in herbalism kits.
Oh, you are? Okay, fantastic. So yeah, so you actually start to notice things that aren't necessarily native to this part of Mareka, things that come from the more like swampy areas, and they're not even growing. They're just kind of discarded along the side of the road. It's weird. Like a couple of hag fingers, which are like tubers, like sort of like thin.
Cattails?
Yeah. and like a couple like fairy stools as well, like some like, which is like a mushroom that is usually like deeper, sometimes found in fairy circles and whatnot, which you would know wouldn't be in a plains area, you know. They're just kind of like discarded, almost as though like somebody just kind of on their way just dropped them here.
Ashlog just kind of uses the front of her dress as a sort of like bucket. And you just see her starting to pile things in there as she's walking along and just kind of trying to keep pace with the caravan.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's fair.
She kind of sidles up to wherever Nyara is, and she holds up a mushroom in one hand. She says, "Nyara, someone is throwing away these things. These are from deep within the marsh. They are out of place here."
Oh, really? Oh. She like eyes it closely. It just looks like a mushroom.
No, this is not a mushroom. This is a fairy stool.
Oh. Is it poisonous?
Is it poisonous?
Ashlog, you would know, being proficient in both nature and with herbalism and whatnot. You would know that if you ingest it, it can cause blindness for a short period of time, but it can absolutely blind a person.
This can injure one's eyes temporarily.
Oh. And someone just left that lying around.
It can be quite valuable.
I guess hold on to that. And Naira will like open up her book and kind of like catalog anything Ashlog has noted out of place.
Sure, yeah. And it's like I said, it's primarily just like fairy stools and hag fingers. Hag fingers, Ashlog, again, you would know, just being proficient in this sort of thing, are a little bit more like rare than fairy stools in the forests. So you find less of those. It's more so tiny fairy stools and a couple of hag fingers.
Okay. Would I know if the hag fingers have any kind of alchemical properties?
They... Reading my notes. You know that they're used, so they have a very like strong aroma to them. So they're used in things like perfumes sometimes. But usually just as a base like ingredient to a lot of potions. Like oh, I swear I had this. Sorry. Nope, that was it.
Okay.
Perfumes.
So Ashlog kind of goes up to the wagon where Nyara is, and she just kind of dumps everything right next to her. So it has this like strong aroma of the hag fingers kind of just looming there, and she says, "I will be back. Do not let anyone touch my hag fingers."
Sorry, real quick, I just read the wrong column. Also incense have like warding and stuff.
Okay.
Like to ward evil spirits and whatnot.
I heard warting, like to create
Warting,
warts.
no, but not far off of hags, so that's reasonable to assume.
And Ashlog just kind of continues pulling weeds out of the ground.
Okay. You find, again, the occasional like fairy stool. I'm gonna say like for every mile you probably picked up like 3 or 4 of these and like a hag finger, maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naira's gonna find like a spare crate and like put all her findings in this and make a little note saying Ashlogs, do not touch.
Gabrielle sees this and says, Do you realize those are probably bad, right? Like they're not preserved properly.
Don't tell her that. She's got a plan. Okay.
Okay.
She doesn't want anyone to touch them. Let's just leave it at that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of empty space on the carts. Gods know we had crocodile the first trip. This is a little more normal. She just kind of turns back to what she is doing. And actually, as she says, this is actually a little more normal. She turns back and just her lighthearted, easygoing expression completely darkens, and she just, oh, I spoke too soon. And Nyara, if you follow her gaze and look in the direction she is down the road, you see a very familiar cart seems to be down a wheel. And for whatever reason, Osterbahn happens to also be traveling north, and looks like he's run into a little bit of trouble.
I kind of wave Ashlog over, like, maybe he's the one that's been dropping the stuff. And I just point to Oster.
And yeah, I mean, looking down the road, Ashlog, you see the very familiar man, the elderly elven man. He's just kind of rifling through his cart, especially now that he's stopped. There seems to be just miscellaneous piles of not even just alchemical stuff, just like random junk that he's just digging through his cart looking for things and just like dropping the useless shit. And he seems very flustered, a lot more flustered or just about as flustered as he seemed when people were mishandling his goods earlier this morning.
Ashlog just continues to pick up things as we're getting closer.
How far away is he, DM?
You'll start to come, or the first cart in the line will start to come up on him in probably like 2 or 3 minutes.
If nothing happens up until that time, if and when we get there, Rekko will approach him.
If and when.
If and when. And,
roll initiative.
I'm just saying if, because we're in a swamp and there are alligators here or crocodiles or whatever we've already fought. I mean, he could just get dragged off into the bog and we never see him again.
Who's to say?
But Rekko's not in a rush.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Otis will join him if he goes up there.
Sure. I mean, he's I think as you two start to head up, maybe ahead of the caravan, Gabrielle kind of turns to you guys and just says, don't take too long. I don't want to be delayed, but if he needs help, you're better men than me. And she just kind of pretends like she doesn't even see him.
My mother always said, do good deeds daily. And Rekko will hop off the cart and like dust off his hands. Does it look like he needs a spare, or he's got one and just can't put it on, or
Rekko You don't happen to be familiar with something like, I don't know, like carpenter's tools or
nope.
I don't know, anything like vehicle related.
He would have seen trader's carts,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
He knows when a wheel falls off, you got to put one back on.
Absolutely.
And that's all he's doing. He's looking around. He's probably dealt with it at least once or twice and just been like, okay.
Yeah.
Otis is trying to help him with the same thing. So
okay, yeah, Otis would definitely be able to help with that. I guess it would just be a flat intelligence check.
Can I use my tinker's tools to, if there is a wheel, to help put the wheel back on?
That is a good question. Let me just check out the tools of the tinkerer, as it were. If
yeah, the only thing is I have a lot of tools, like 6 tool proficiencies.
Oh,
Sadly,
golly.
carpentry is not one of them.
No, that's fine. Carpentry was the first thing that came to mind because it was like wood.
I feel like carpentry
yeah.
is the way to go. But if
No,
I
it depends.
No,
So-
I think Tinker's tools would be fine. I mean,
It's just mending a wheel.
yeah, exactly. They can repair any mundane object. You can't manufacture much. You can mend torn clothes, sharpen a worn sword, patch tattered suit of chainmail. I would say that it extends to screw on a couple bolts on a cart wheel. So if you wanted to roll this with your proficiency bonus for that, that's fine.
Okay.
Like an intelligence check, or I guess Tinker's tools check.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me see if this rolls it right.
Yeah, I actually don't know how it.
Let's see.
Oh
here.
yeah. So that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I am, whenever I use my tools, I'm double proficient in them.
Oh, that's
cool.
right.
That's where the plus four is coming from.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. Yeah. So you're absolutely able to see exactly what the problem is as you walk up to it. Just having a knowledge of how kind of like levers and pulleys and simple machines and whatnot work, and like gears and just kind of like what attaches a wheel to an axle and all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, you could see exactly what the problem is as soon as you walk right up. He hasn't turned and noticed you guys yet. He's still kind of grumbling to himself and fidgeting.
Hey, dork! You having trouble?
Do you know this guy?
Oh, my bronze friend. Hello. I seem to have run into a bit of trouble here. You wouldn't happen to know anything about repairing a cart?
I would.
I was going to say I do, but
Well, you can
I
help me with-
suppose you are smarter. It is fine. We are just here to help. Do you have a spare, or what is the problem?
Well, I think these Recco, just roll a perception check.
Okay, I can do that.
Can I help? him with the
What do
roll?
I perceive?
Yeah, sure. Otis. Whoa, that is a
That's a natural one.
on the die. Wowee.
Yay.
I
did
Recco,
it.
you aren't sure. It seems to have to do with the bolts on the wheel and them not being on the wheel well or axle. I picked something I don't know anything about. This is dope.
There's your problem. I see it right there.
Mm-hmm.
The wheel, it seems to be off the cart.
Well, yes, that is the rub. Otis, did you say you wanted to also help with perceiving, or just
Yeah.
roll perception? I guess.
Yeah.
A 16. These bolts look rusted to hell. It is a wonder this didn't fall off years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like you need help there, sir. Not one to leave one to be eaten alive in the swamps, so I think I'd lend you my aid.
Absolutely. I think I've collected all of the bolts. I was hoping to find a couple spares around, but I seem to have misplaced them.
Otis, do you have other bolts?
DM, do I have other bolts? I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Do
Yes.
you have other bolts?
Okay, no, I do. I have a set of thieves' tools, tinker's tools, cooking supplies, smith's tools, and leatherworker's tools. Would
yeah.
there be bolts in any of those?
I'm going to assume that in order to repair things with a toolkit, you would, especially if it was, because activities involve temporarily repair a disabled device. You could, if anything, you've got plenty of scraps. Honestly, Petrus could probably barf something up and you'd be fine.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you're always tinkering. ABT, always be tinker.
Wait, is that can Petrus barf up
I was
supplies?
just positing
Oh, that'd be super.
Flavor
Just
thing.
throws up a 50-foot rope. There.
Sure,
Oh, we
sure
did
doesn't. He sure doesn't.
We've done it.
He sure doesn't. I think every now and then it would be really funny though, like if you've done a good bit of traveling, for me to like roll on the trinket table and see like what random thing he swallowed along the way. A
Yeah.
small lamp with a canary, a small music box with a canary. Like, where'd you get this, boy?
Curveball. Anything that goes
Eats everything.
comes out does something else.
Yeah.
So does he have like? Is the wheel still there? We just need to put some new bolts in. Is
Yeah,
that
I mean,
is that the deal?
I think that's about it.
Okay.
Depending on how well you could you roll on like a Tinker's Tool check, Otis. Which given double proficiency,
I'd also
it'll
like to
probably-
help by
Sure.
holding the wheel in
Yes,
place.
Absolutely. So
Mm,
you can roll
yes.
that with advantage. These two mechanic boys
Yeah.
helping out.
Things.
Mhm.
Nyara will interject and be like, I'm sure the caravan probably has a spare bolt in case one of the carts broke down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
maybe.
should we get those? We should probably get those.
Nah, we'll be fine. I got all the tools here.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
You're the expert. Shunk.
Shove the wheel back onto the axle.
Yeah, so roll me. Yeah, okay, so a 15. So a 15 with your Tinker's Tools will so you repair this wheel fairly quickly. It's since it is a bit of an improvised job, you would know that he should likely get to wherever he's going and then seek a more permanent solution. Whether or not you choose to advise him on that is up to you.
I do.
But okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this will take you to Ash Blossom.
Oh, I'm not going to Ash Blossom. No. I have no desire to go there.
Well,
Where are you going?
Oh, I was going up to the farm up the road, the Valmaris farm, of course.
Right. Well, this is only a temporary fix here, so you should get it looked at before you make any other ventures somewhere else.
How temporary? Because I do have to get home. I don't live at Valmaris farm. I live in Osterbahn, which happens to be named for myself.
But your name is Dork.
My name is not Dork. What is a dork? Is that
That is your name. This is what you said when you introduced yourself.
No. My name
You
is.
say, my name is
Dork
Dork, blah, blah, blah,
Thorian."
blah, 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 blah. That is all I heard.
It is not what I said. And he turns to Otis. My name is Darthoridon Brimaris Osterbahn. People usually just say Osterbahn, but never Dork. Never Dork.
Sure. Can't see why they would call you Dork. Not in a million
Neither
years.
can I. I don't know a dork.
Right.
But his name.
Rekka will turn around and go find the next cart and just hop into it and go sulk.
Well, yeah, I would try and get this looked at a little bit closer when you get over to the farm. Maybe someone there can help you out.
Yes, maybe. You see, Valmaris himself does have very interesting interests in. He says he's found a couple of strange things growing on his farm and wanted me to take a look at it. I don't know if the man fancies himself a carpenter. What would you call somebody that makes a cart? That's not exactly my area of expertise, you see. But you seem to know. What would you call yourself?
Me?
Yes,
Well, I wouldn't really.
cart repairman.
Sure. I would call someone who repairs a cart a cart repairman.
As
Well,
as
that's what you did.
Rekka goes past,
Is Wainwright.
and then he goes back to sulking. Just happens to know this word.
Huh.
Wow.
Wainwright, huh?
Mhm.
Is that
The
true?
cart maker.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Noted. Today we learned. Oh, Wainwright. The bronze one knows his stuff, it seems.
Yeah, he's a smart cookie.
Yes. Sold me a couple scales the other day. It was very nice. I hope to use them in something. I haven't really tested anything with bronze dragonborn scales.
Sure. Well, it seems like we are going to the same place. We'll also take a farm. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. I'll join you all. That sounds like great fun. The road can be a little boring, and Gouty Sally isn't exactly the conversationalist. Oh, poor girl. I should really find her another leg.
Right. But you see, we have a lot of expensive cargo, so we might be in danger of bandits. You should probably follow real far behind. Like really far behind.
That's sure, of course, but
yeah, like super far behind, like real back there, like way back there.
The you guys have a couple of my product on there as well, and I should really kind of keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we're trying to keep a low profile. We had one more cart, and then it's like, it's between like 6 carts. It's like, oh, that's cool, it's whatever, and then 7 carts. It's like, oh, now you're the target of everything, So it'd probably be best if you were real far behind,
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
So good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's an 11.
That's an 11. You ever meet one of those people that just totally overstays their welcome?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some would say that Osterbon is Elvish for that. So he said, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. I could really use the company, and I'm sure the men on the caravan are very interested in what I have to show them about alchemy. I insist. I'll stick close and help out in case anybody attacks. I couldn't with good conscience leave you all without aid, you see. And he just kind of, that's like the end of that, and sort of kind of like hobbles up to the cart and like slowly just like climbs onto it, and then
Great.
Poor man.
Sally, Osterbon Jr., we have guests. Oh boy.
Oh God, Osterbon Jr.
Mm-hmm. Did he turn his son into a horse? The world may never know.
It's real unclear.
Anyway, so he seems ready to go, and kind of he turns back and like waves at Gabrielle, and Gabrielle just kind of does the like, oh God. Oh man. And
whatever next cart is passing
yeah,
by.
so you walk over back to the carts and kind of explain the situation, and Gabrielle just gives you a look. She's like, you couldn't have just sent him on his way.
We're going the same way. Where would I send him?
Where the hell is he going to Valmaris?
He says that Valmaris has some sort of problem with his plants. He's growing some strange things. He wants the dork guy to look at him.
Dork guy.
I didn't come up. The record came up with that one. It's pretty good.
Nice.
I thought it was his name.
Might as well be. All right, man. We should round up. Head out. Oh God. Hope he stays far, far away. And he does not. So the caravan continues its journey. I mean, you guys didn't get more than a couple miles out of Verso before this lovely encounter. So the next
I also just want to just for the sake of clarity, I also let Nara, Reko, and Ashlog know that there might be something weird growing at the farm. Something interesting might be there.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, so the next like 5 hours or so are filled with just wonderful conversation. You luckily seem to be kind of in the middle of the caravan, whereas he is on the tail end, and he's just kind of shouting conversation to the Cypress company folks on that on that cart at the tail end, and those poor boys, they're, you know, they seem to be taking the brunt of the full fury of Osterbond's conversationalism skills. And yeah, so Otis, as the journey continues, you can have that conversation with the party at any point. So
Guys, just want to let you know, there might be something going up at the farm over this way. That dork guy was saying that there might be something interesting growing over there.
Oh, really?
So,
It is a farm. Do they not grow interesting things?
usually they're pretty mundane things, but
Ah,
you know.
food is interesting, at least in my opinion.
It's not bad. But yeah, just a heads up here. Might see something kind of exciting. Who knows?
Yeah, and so so as the journey continues, and Otis kind of lays the little warning down, I suppose. The caravan comes up on a much larger farm than the ones on the road from Avignon to Versailles. There seems to be more of an established the makings of maybe the beginnings of a settlement here. It seems like there's a few different fields of various things, like cassava and a lot of it looks like root vegetables, or root crops, not necessarily all vegetables, like yams, pumpkins, cassavas, and all of you make nature checks, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Natural 1, that's
big
a
ol'
0.
Big ol' 0 for Rekko. I love it.
Yes, smart boy.
7 for Nyara, a 23 for Ashlog, and a 16 for Otis.
Oh.
So Ashlog and Otis, you are able to immediately notice that there doesn't seem to be something seems to be off with the environments that these crops are growing in. You would know just from maybe your various experience, Otis, both of you actually being native Moraicans, whereas the plants are usually you can pretty easily notice when something isn't healthy. Maybe various trips to markets and whatnot would note that, oh, this isn't in season, or this was, harvested before it was ripe, or whatever. You see, as you come up upon one of the fields, the beginnings of some form of almost like a necrotic looking rot to the very edges of some of these leaves. It's not quite on the fruits or vegetables themselves, but there seem to be the tinges of something amiss. And that's just kind of at first glance. You can immediately note that, the two of you.
Okay. Would I know it to be something magical?
Would you know it to be something magical? That is an interesting question. I guess roll an Arcana check.
It's a 12.
12. Not to your immediate recollection. I don't think you could determine it just from seeing the symptoms, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
At a glance. Yeah, hard to tell. Could be, could not be.
Okay. I whip out this little doohickey, which slightly resembles a wand, and I'm gonna cast detect magic using my wand of magic detection.
You have a wand of magic detection?
As an artificer, I get to create special items, and this is a special item I have created.
Just throw all the other classes away, why don't we?
I like that any weird thing that Otis does can be explained away by as an artificer.
Basically, it's like pretty much.
Okay.
Unreal.
So you can cast the detect magic spell.
Yeah, so
there's 3
for
charges to it looks like.
Yeah, and then it replenishes, I think 1d3 per day.
Per at dawn. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then so how long does detect magic last?
So it's casting time is 1 action.
Yeah.
And it's concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so for the next 10 minutes within 30 feet of me.
Sure.
See any magicalness?
So as the carts sort of like ride up and you sort of like take that first glance at everything and you, I think, you see something and you look to Ashlog, and I think Ashlog seems to be staring at the plants as well. And you whip out your wand, you do a little doodad, and you hop down at the casting of the spell as well, and you start to walk closer, maybe alongside the carts and alongside the fence as you guys travel the road, and you are getting something faint. It's not the magic that you infuse into your creations. I think that comes more from the arcane side of things, like the lifeblood of the planet itself. That's the magic that courses through your creations. You're getting something else. You're not really able to determine what it is per se, but you are getting an aura of sorts.
Okay. I want to let the party know, hey, it's something magical. You want to go check it out?
Yeah, magical. And Naya was apparently just busy making notes that she like didn't see these plants.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, let's check it out.
I do not see the problem. What are you talking about?
Ashlog will kind of move up to where Otis is, and she'll actually start digging. And she pulls whatever plant out, and then she starts to look at the roots.
Yeah, so you pull a yam out, and looking at the roots. What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
So she wants to see if there's anything wrong with the root system of the plant, to see if there might be any kind of corruption. And she will actually go so far to crumble some of the dirt off of the roots, and she'll put it in her mouth. She'll kind of like taste it and then spit it out.
Okay.
Does Nyara see this?
She's not subtle about this at all.
She's like, that could be poisonous, remember? And she's like, oh, dear.
Ashlog's not afraid.
Ashlog doesn't give a shit.
By the way, Ashlog has definitely tasted all kinds of dirt before. So
sure. Okay, yeah. So if it's unusual, she would know.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So roll me first of all. I guess roll me a nature check to see about the plant's root system.
Okay, I shall do that.
A 14. You're told the dead spell creates a necrotic damage that's sort of you almost see not quite veins, but it sort of spreads as though it's some sort of like a system of veins and whatnot. And it just doesn't, you're very familiar with that look, and this doesn't seem too far different from that. You're seeing you can almost see like the roots themselves, much like the leaves, definitely have this look of like slight corrosion, slight just discoloration and whatnot. And you can actually see as the roots come back up into the yam itself, you sort of see it like, when like when you could see your veins in your arm, you're kind of seeing that on the very end of where the roots meet the rest of the plant. And for like a couple centimeters, you can actually follow the roots, and then they sort of like fade into the normal coloration.
Nayara, there is something wrong with this plant. Look here.
She looks real closely. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with Hashlog pointing it out and sort of tracing her fingers along like what she has just seen, you're very much able to see what she is seeing. And especially getting a closer look on the leaves itself, you can definitely see this does not look like a healthy yam. And that is a sentence I did not think I would be saying today. But here we are, D&D, everybody.
I can cast a spell if you would like me to. Perhaps I can identify.
Identify, you say?
Keywords.
So I have identify as a domain spell, which is a ritual.
Yes. Okay.
Nope, I can't cast that. I do not have a pearl worth 100 gold.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, unfortunately. Yeah.
It is a yam.
It doesn't look like a very healthy yam.
Do not eat this yam.
Oh God, I'm stuck on my mic. This is very much enjoyable for anybody that's watching the video.
We can tell.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Or hearing in the audio, I'm sure. I am so sorry. My chair is new and I'm confused. Yeah.
While magic detection is going off, can I like follow the trail of the magic?
I see.
Where
Okay,
does the trail go?
Yeah, so as you sort of walk through the field itself, and just while this is happening, can you roll me a perception check? Actually, what's your passive perception?
It's 11.
Oh, it's 11. Never mind. Yeah, so as this is walking, or as you are walking through the field, you're sort of just like, there's no discernible path. It's more like you're looking for, and what did we say? This lasts about 10 minutes, yeah, this spell?
Yeah.
Plenty of time, I think, for you to walk a good way around this field. You're finding that as you reach the edges of like the fence and whatnot, the aura seems to kind of stop at like the boundaries of the fence almost. There's a little bit of spill, like not unlike somebody who doesn't quite know how to color in the lines. You're getting a little bit of a spill outside, but it seems to be concentrated within the confines of this field.
Does it look like it's coming from beneath me?
You are seeing the aura. So the aura is less so coming from the plants as it is from the soil. So yeah,
Okay.
it definitely seems as though it's coming from beneath you.
Okay.
From where Ashlog pulled up one of the plants, Naira wants to kind of dig around and see if she can find any of those peas thingies if they were dropped in there.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. I'm gonna say, just because that's like finding a needle in a haystack, I'm gonna say with disadvantage. That might be a little hard to
help her.
Ashla can help her, making it a flat roll. Holy shit.
But I also have an eye for detail.
You do have eye for detail, don't you? And can you remind me what that does exactly?
It's just like it's a bonus action to make a wisdom perception check to spot a hidden creature or object.
Yes. This would absolutely qualify. Yeah. So
It'd be
So I guess-
perception.
so that's
in
as
this
a
case.
yeah. Perfect.
I'm combing real well through this dirt.
Roll well. Roll well.
We look
Eight.
together.
18.
That.
That is certainly not bad. So you're not seeing the peas. You, by all intents and purposes, this looks like normal soil. You find bits of things that definitely aren't naturally present, but you surmise this is some sort of like maybe remnants of a fertilizer, but you're not seeing the like specifically what you found in these various places that you found the peas, like the satchel, the at the camp. You're not seeing that. And at this point, a lot of investigating has gone on, and I think Gabrielle has now, her interest has been piqued when she noticed you guys are digging around in the field, and she says, "Is something going on?"
There's concerns. We may need to ask the farmer if they use fertilizer and where they got it from.
Why is? And then I think she'll actually roll something right now. Just gotta remember how to do that. Boop. She starts to look through the field and isn't really. These are yams. They don't.
Yes, but
That is what I said. I do not see the problem here.
look a little closer, and I'll point to the one that Ashlog has.
Sure, yeah. So you take the one, yeah. So Ashley kind of like shoves it in her face. Whoa, okay. And looking and Ashley giving her a similar demonstration. Forgive me, I'm not very familiar, but you're not supposed to be able to see those roots, and then Ashley kind of like shoves the leaves part in her like the green part in her face, and she's oh yeah, not my choice for the market. Shit, this might be contaminated. I don't want to put this with the rest of the stock. I might have to talk to the owner. But you think there's foul play here and not just a bad harvest?
Naira will kind of be a little worried about spilling too many beans. But she's like, there's reason to suspect foul play if crops are like this.
You think it's MET?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be. Well, I should talk to Valmaris at the very least. He might not even be aware. It's a good find. And she looks over, and Otis, you're still kind of like walking around and like, kind of almost like dousing with the rod. And
yeah, that's what I imagine it looks like. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
my eyes glow with like sort of like magic detection, like just like a little dimly lit film above my eyes. But I'm also like holding the wand out like it's a metal detector sort of thing.
I love it. Yeah. Okay.
And the last thing I want to do before detect magic goes out
Sure.
is if it's applicable here, it says I can use an action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. Can I like point my wand at the ground and sort of see if I can understand what school of magic this is?
You learn its school of magic. Interesting.
If any, it might not apply.
Any. This. See, and you guys who have a little bit more of D&D experience can hop in and correct me, but to me this sounds like a school of magic implies like a spell. Yeah, like a spell was cast to make something this way.
Yeah, it'd be like an abjuration spell made.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, it'd be like abjuration, evocation, necromancy, blah, 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 blah. Like those sort of schools.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like it was the product of a casting so much as it was.
Sorry about that.
We found the screaming children.
We found
Ashlog
them.
Scared them all again.
No, it's all good.
The swamp hag will get them.
It would be amazing if I just like, and the farmer's kid screams. Yeah. But what was I saying? So this wasn't so much the product of, and the only thing this will get you, just because this does have magic in essence, and it's not quite a school, so I'm cheating this a little bit. This was not the product of a spell so much as it was the product of, you're probably getting something more along the lines of like a mixture of some sort. I don't want to say like poison per se. Like I don't know that you would know like what it is. You just know that it wasn't a poison crop spell. Like it wasn't something so simple as that. Like I said, you're not getting the normal arcane vibes off of it so much as some weird, gross aura that you're not super familiar with.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think as and so Gabrielle, stands up, sees that Otis is doing his thing, Ashlog's doing her thing, and kind of just, nods to herself and says, I'll go talk to Valmaris then and see if I can get to the bottom of this.
I'll come with you.
Oh.
Yeah, me too. I'm sort of interested to see what you see.
Of course, yes. Maybe you can tell him what you've all learned. We'll go see. And so I think as she rounds up the party, and you turn, you guys notice that the all of you make perception checks for me, actually. $20 from Otis, 8 from Rekko, 12 from Ashlog, and 9 for Nayara. No, that's fine. So all of those rolls are enough to note it. It's fairly early on in the day. Otis, you would know that it's about midday. There's 7 hours till the next sunset. I love that.
Yep, casually.
It's kind of weird that nobody's working the farm right now.
Oh shoot! I didn't even realize we didn't even see anyone.
Well, Otis, while he was working, if his passive perception was high enough, he probably would have noted that. But he was very concentraty boy. But no, now presented with the obvious notion, where the fuck are the farmhands, man? That's weird.
And morning people.
They are the yams.
Oh no!
Oh no! He's discovered my puzzle.
I was gonna say that Ashlog would take a bite out of the yam, but maybe it's good I didn't do that.
Implying this is the first person she's eaten.
That's
true.
That's
true.
I mean,
True.
what?
Baba Yaga, she takes little kids in the night and eats them. Yeah, so as you guys are walking, I think that you all kind of take note of that. It's a little bizarre. I mean, usually there's some younger folks working the farm, maybe a hunky half orc from that one farm. And as you walk alongside the caravan, you see that Osterban is boring to death a group of like too polite to say anything company men who are just kind of like yeah yep and they're just trying, they're unloading crates, like getting ready to pack up some of the harvest and get ready to go talk to the field hands and whatnot. And so as the five of you step up to the property, you don't see anybody outside. And it's weird because nobody is on this farm currently.
Nair will kind of lean over to Gabrielle's. Something doesn't feel right.
Yes, I don't know of a farm that everybody takes their break all at once. This is eerie. I don't want to go so far as weapons out, but be ready.
Wait, weapons out?
No,
Immediately has the axe out.
Oh, I'm
No, Recco. Something might be amiss. We don't know what it is yet.
No, Recco does not miss. I do not know what you're worried about.
But
fine.
Wait for my signal.
Puts his axe back, but he is ready.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
You could even say that he's got his danger sense.
Danger sense and can't be surprised. Danger sense. Lada. Danger sense. All right. So yeah, as the party walks up to, and that means you can't be surprised, correct, Rekka?
I gain an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving you an edge when you have to dodge away from danger. You have advantage on dex save throws against effects that you can see. Traps, spells. Can't be blind, deafened, or incapacitated.
Okay.
To have this benefit.
Cool.
Also, Petrus is gonna be with us now that we're.
Oh sure.
Something
yeah.
is
So as you walk by one of the carts. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, he cannot be surprised.
Oh my God, he's an iron defender, baby. So you got two strong amphibious.
It's unclear. It's really unclear.
I mean, I think Recco, if he knew what an amphibian was, would probably take offense to it. But
yeah, all right. Well, you thought crocodiles were your cousins, so
at least reptiles. At least reptiles.
Am I wrong?
So.
Anyway. So as the party goes up to the home, Gabrielle, I think, knocks on the door, and almost immediately you all hear like a shuffling inside, and the door flies open, and it's a very disheveled looking elven gentleman, and he looks at you all and says, "Please, have you seen a little girl?" And I think that's the time we can go into our first break.
Hey, of course. Nice little cliffhanger there. So we're going to head into our first break, everybody. We'll be back for the second half of DieFall Cypress episode 11. It'll be about 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll be right back.
Woo.
Hey guys, I just wanted to drop in and say thank you all for the support and for watching tonight on DieFall Cypress. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, think about following the channel. It definitely supports us, and I'll drop all of this into the chat right now. You can follow all of the cast members as well, because they all do stream here on Twitch. If you're new here and you want to get caught up on all of the Cypress things, you can head on over to the YouTube channel and you can watch all of the episodes that we have here, as well as our other Dungeons & Dragons show, Dragon Heist. You can also get caught up in podcast form, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Super duper appreciate all the love and affection from today. Clara Jen, Studio NTEA, Spartacus, Jimbo, BB Hachi, Lord Celebrimbor. Thank you all for the follows and welcome to the Smile Factory. Carson, much appreciated with that raid, man. Means a whole heck of a lot. And LB Hackemup, 69 bits. Nice. Welcome back to DieFall Cypress, episode 11. There's a missing girl. We heard the screams of the children earlier, so it's probably werewolves. And I'm sure
the screams were
nothing bad has
non-canon.
happened.
The screams were
I'm sure-
non-canon.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing bad's happened.
Sure, it's all cool.
So Rob, take us back in, bud.
All right. So yes, the door was just opened by presumably actually, you guys would know after a quick introduction and him inviting you all in, the patriarch of Valmaris Farm, Cyron Valmaris, and he's a wood elven gentleman, like so many in Moreka, and he and his wife are fraught with worry. It seems that their daughter, Imriel, was just vanished overnight, and they're not sure where she is. And he just says, I'm so sorry, Gabrielle. I know the caravan. The men have been out looking for Imriel this entire day, and please, Siren, the caravan is the last thing on my mind right now. When did you see your daughter last? And so he to the best of his recollection, he tells you all that. Well, yesterday we ended the day, and she was playing in the fields. She liked to, and you see tears start to well up in his eyes. And she liked to help the farm hands, and she really wanted to feel like she was doing something to help them. I'm sorry. She was playing outside, and once we all came in for dinner, she joined us, and then I was just looking over the books. I didn't think she would go anywhere. I don't know. I don't know. God, I just want her back.
Was there anything strange going on around that time? Around the same time?
No, just a normal day by any standards. Perhaps she wandered off. I don't know. Nobody came by the farm. Nothing. Please, you have to understand. I've explored all the options I think I can, but
Is there a farmhand that she's most friends with, that she hangs out with the most in the fields?
she just sort of traipses about. And then his wife speaks up, and she says, well, Kaylin, usually she sometimes when he goes out, he brings her back some flowers he found in the fields just as a gift for her. She seemed to take a liking to him, but he's out searching for her just like the rest of them.
So, what efforts have been made so far, so we don't really, if we want to help, we don't want to retrace any steps that have already been taken?
We looked through her things, her room, nothing. We looked around the fields for any sign of an injury or torn clothes in case a beast attacked her. Or There's no signs of anything. We sent the men out to scour the surrounding area of the swamp, but nothing. I don't know.
Other than the fields, does she have like a spot that she goes to play? Like a bridge or like an alcove in a tree?
She's always so good about staying on the property.
That you know of? Maybe the farmhands would have better knowledge since they might see her if she goes farther than that.
Maybe
this Kaylin might have any knowledge if she's talked about any place that she's wanted to go.
We could ask them when they return. I'm not sure what to tell you, miss.
Have there been any strangers lately?
Or new farmhands?
No. Nobody came by. You're the first visitors, and I mean, we see the occasional passerby, but they never really stop to make conversation or visit at all. No.
Are there any missing animals?
No. We don't have many. We have a couple horses out back, and that's about it. We don't have any farm animals here. No livestock, just the crops.
So, you say the last place you saw her was she was reading books?
No. He was looking over the books for the farm, like his
But she
ledger
was in
and
the
whatnot.
farmhouse.
She was so he said that she was playing in presumably playing around the home. He didn't see her leave at any point. They came in for dinner. And then he was in his study.
How old is she?
I'm having a brain fart as far as how fast elves age. Gosh.
So I think they age normally until 18 and then it slows down.
Okay. Yeah, so she was about 10.
So the last place you saw her was inside this house.
That's right.
Right. Is there a favorite spot she likes to be in the house? Like a playroom?
Her room, I suppose.
Well, suppose that's the place to start now, isn't it?
You're welcome to look. Anything that would maybe give you all a clue to find where she is, if you can. If you notice something I haven't, but I've looked. And if you'd like, he'll stand up and show you over to where her room is. The house is all one level. And so from where he sits in this front room that sort of serves as like a joint like living and eating area, there's a hallway that leads down to like a study, master bedroom, and as well across the hall from that is her room. And it's by all accounts it seems to be a normal child's room. A smaller bed, various toys like wooden carved dolls and everything litter the floor. Nothing seems very out of place other than the usual 10-year-old girl mess that she makes. Maybe like it's the toys, like I said, are scattered on the floor. You do notice that there are a couple of flowers in a vase on the windowsill. presumably the ones that the latest batch that Kaylin has given her. And yeah, is there anything you'd like to do in here?
Can I investigate those flowers?
Yeah, sure.
Just
Are you just investigate. Do you want to roll like nature? Are you looking for anything in particular?
I guess I'm looking for if those flowers have any sort of magical properties. If I know anything about those flowers that connect something magical.
Okay. You're proficient in like 6 different things. Is one of them an herbalism kit?
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, just roll me. What's that, Ashlock?
Ashlog's gonna look at the flowers and try to see if they're native.
Okay. So yeah, if you wanna
Or
both
common?
roll nature, I suppose. Could be. Wow, both 8s. Jeez, that's uncanny. Okay, so Otis, your role was more to determine if they had like a magical property of some sort to them, or some sort of like alchemical application, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. By all means, these are just normal flowers that one would find in a field. They don't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Just a couple of lilies. And Ashlog and 8 will tell you that these are native to this part of Moreika. They usually grow by the more watery areas, like near the water. And maybe these were picked from along either like a lake, a riverbed. There doesn't seem to be anything overly remarkable about them.
Is there a window in the bedroom?
There is, yeah. So they sit on a windowsill, on the single window in the room, and the window is closed currently.
And they don't look like they've been disturbed.
The flowers?
Mm-hmm. Other than them picking.
Yeah. Roll me an investigation.
Dust hasn't been like shifted.
Yeah, roll me investigation for that sort of thing. Oh, 21. Yeah, no, these don't seem to have been disturbed. Specifically looking at the like the dust and such, I think you'd be able to tell with a 21. The window was opened recently, like within the last 24 hours recently. But it doesn't seem to have been done forcefully.
She'll turn to the farmer.
Mhm.
Do you have a basement cellar at all?
No, why?
Another possible location. Do you have anything under the house? A crawl space or something?
No, it's built on a fairly solid foundation. Just a stone base. No wooden risers, nowhere for a child to crawl.
Okay. Do you have an attic?
A small space above the master bedroom, just extra storage.
You've checked there?
Yes.
I'll just double check for you. And she'll.
Of course. Yeah, and so he'll show you. Yeah, it's right across the hall, and he it's just the ceiling's low enough that you can kind of like reach up and like just open a hatch. and he pulls out like a small stool from the side of the room, and he just places it under, and you're able to step up. And how tall are you? You're small, right?
I don't know if I came up with my height.
I don't know. I just know. Okay, no. That actually, to be fair, I think it's compared to Recco. You're small because compared to Recco, everybody's small. I'm going off of your picture. So, we'll say that you're able to like see in there. And yeah, just roll me another investigation check up here.
Yeah, she's just gonna be again like looking for anything that's been
Sure.
or, like scuff marks and dust and
Yeah.
like that.
A 23. Damn, she's killing. You know what? When it comes down to investigating, Nara is on it. Nothing. It seems like a couple of things were pushed out of the way from maybe their usual spot. But you note that everything is kind of pushed in a way that it's not obscuring anywhere. Like everything is really like packed against the wall, trying to find. It looks like when he searched this, he was trying to move everything out of the way and really see if there was anything up here or his daughter. Yeah. It seems like all is in order up here.
Right.
Relatively.
Bill comes out and is like, yeah, no, you did a good job.
Are there any bodies of water nearby?
The occasional pond, sure. To the east a little bit. To the west it gets a little more dense, boggy. Nothing substantial. There's a lake a few miles east. Why?
The flowers, they are waterside flowers.
Yes, well, as my wife said, that may have been Caitlin picking flowers by the water. I don't think she went there. I suppose.
Check just in case.
I suppose anything's possible. Otis, you were gonna say something?
Yeah. This may or may not be related. Are you aware of some magics in your crops?
There's nothing magic about my crops. If you mean the strange rot, then yes, I'm aware of that, but is it magical?
We have reason to believe that it is of a nature that may be magical. Is there anything? Do you might know of any reasonings behind this rot?
You understand, with my daughter on lost, that's the last thing on my mind. If you must know, I sent for Osterbahn from, well, Osterbahn.
Right. Right. If I mean, it may not be related, but two strange occurrences on your farm that happen at the relative same time strikes me as related.
Roll a charisma check for me, Otis.
Oh, not good. Not good. Not good. Three. Not a good talker.
Yeah, he doesn't really see the point to this. He says, I if this is about the shipment to the company, to hell with the company. I just want to find my daughter. I don't have time for this. And he sort of he storms off and
Naira will go after. She says, no, he didn't mean it like that. It's that we think your crops were definitely targeted maliciously. And if the crops weren't, if they were still doing well enough, they may have gone after your daughter. It could be related.
Somebody sought to poison my crops and kidnap my daughter.
Possibly. We can't rule that out.
I have no enemies. I live a simple life here. Why would somebody target me?
Because you deal with us.
I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
She'll kind of like take his arm very gently and says, It seems some people in Morica don't like our presence. And they're trying to make us look awful. And so they're targeting innocent people. And we're trying to stop it. So if our questions seem a little weird or irrelevant, we're only trying to make sure we cover all the bases.
Have other strange occurrences been happening like this? Have other people's children gone missing?
We haven't known that they have taken anybody, but one of the other farms, they sent brigands after them.
Oh gods.
So that's why, like, we just want to make sure that, you know, we ask everything that we can, even if it sounds really absurd. Because we need to find your daughter.
And if she's been kidnapped, oh god. Where would they have taken her?
That's what we need to find out. Have you heard of any? Well, I know the farm's large, but have you had any neighbors to the property? Any new folk move into the area?
No, it's us, the farm staff. We all live here. There's another house where they all stay on the property, but other than that, we live fairly self-contained.
Can we go check their house?
We did.
Well, not so much as locations, but how long have your farm hands been working for you? Like, it's the last one hired. How long ago?
$5 years.
It's a long time, but I feel like this has been long planned. Just to be safe, can we go through it? Maybe there might be letters or something that's in the farmhand's belongings. I know it, I don't want to suspect them. I know they're like your family, but we just have to try and see, unfortunately.
Speaking of seeing, I've peeled back the curtain on my location. My green screen was super out of frame there.
I saw that earlier. I was like, huh.
Whoops.
It's all good, dude.
Sometimes I forget to reset it when I step back in.
All good.
Yeah, and so he'll sullenly nod, and at this point he'll take any measure. And so yeah, so he can show the party over to effectively the staff house. And as he walks, I think Gabrielle sort of touches your arm lightly, Nyara, and lags behind with you and says, I really don't want to sound like I'm being heartless, but we do need to keep moving. If it comes to it, I know you're all the hero types. If it comes down to it, you could always meet us in Ash Blossom.
Yeah, and I really don't want to leave this farm until we know where she is. So maybe even if someone's watching this, maybe to keep on appearances, to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take any of their crops just in case.
Yes, I didn't intend on it. Even if we separated them, I don't want that to get mixed in with this shipment. Maybe you can get Osterbond to do his damn job and poke around and understand this, but for now, I think the missing girl is a little more pressing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll sort out what we're going to do. Come by the cart and let me know what you find.
Of course.
And yeah, so she'll make her leave and head over back toward where the men are, and yeah, so you catch up to the party there's another, like I said, there's another house that kind of is like more of a like a series of extended, like, I guess, bunks is the best way to put it. And yeah, so like one by one, I mean, y'all are able to investigate if you wish.
Yes.
Each of these places. Sure. So yeah, I guess everybody just roll me investigation if everybody is participating. Otis with a 16, Nyara with a 22, Ashlock with an 8, and
Can't wait.
Big
to
Daddy
investigate
Recco.
this.
Investigado.
Big Daddy Recco with a 7. That's not bad. Could be
That's
worse.
the highest roll I've had today.
Could be worse.
Feels good, man.
It's a Recco and Ashlock. I think the two of you are being rather shall we say bored, sloppy, any myriad of emotions. I mean, this is really not Recco's scene. I don't think.
Excuse me, Recco is investigatoing very, very closely.
I think
Okay.
Ashlog is, so she would look kind of panicked, and she is very invested in finding this child. As soon as she found out this was a thing, she definitely seemed to be freaking out. I think she definitely seems more like she wants to look outside and just like literally go into the wilderness and look for her. So
Okay. Yeah,
she's
so
probably
maybe
not finer details right now.
right. Yeah, so maybe the two of you are rifling through one of the farmhands bunks and just Recco is really zeroing in on things, and then he's distracted every now and then by like Ashlock kind of pushing past him and being like, no, like this is a waste of time, and sort of like, you know, you're trying to arrive at a conclusion that like effectively tells you it's outside. Like, I'm trying to find a reason that this is outside, and Recco is trying his damnedest, but he just can't like get anything done with Baba doing Baba
Recco has
things.
found a very suspicious spider in the corner, and he is very intent on making sure that spider has not harmed anyone.
You know, I was really trying to give you an intelligent reason.
This is intelligent, okay? The Recco is very good at investigating.
Okay, great. Yep, spider. You've named him David, and
David?
he's giving you that look.
David?
You guys have been having a staring contest for the last minute.
Now I know you have a good heart, David, but if you know anything about this girl going missing, I need to know.
Okay.
David?
As Recco plays good cop, bad cop, all to himself. I think the others. So Otis and Nyara, you're in another one, and you're looking through, and you do see. This must be Kalen's bunk. Because you see a couple of other like it seems like you find. Who had the higher one? Nyara, of course. The 22. You crush it every investigation. It's very within character, especially the inquisitive archetype.
But perception tonight, I haven't rolled well, but I have the same bonus as investigation.
It's because you're not investigating.
It's true.
You could see all you want, but investigating, that's seeing with purpose. So Otis and Nyara, I think you're rifling through things, and Nyara, I think on the desk you see in particular a what looks to be like a journal, and you pick it up and you open it, and it's not at all a journal. Because you've never seen a journal that has dried plants pressed in it. It seems Kalen has a hobby, and he just goes out, searches for flowers, presses them in a book, and he has notes in his book along the lines of, oh, this is one of her favorites, blah blah blah. Like, it really seems like he shared a lot of his hobby with this little girl, that maybe like he opened a part of him up. It's almost like fatherly or big brotherly. It's not like,
It's not creepy.
yeah, it's not weird.
Okay.
It's like, it's touching. It's like endearing. It's like, oh, this was like a cute, like, he seems like a quiet guy, a very pensive guy. Otis, you, I think, find an actual journal or some sort of like notebook, and there is something to the effect of, she keeps asking me to see the dancing lights.
Hmm.
It's Kalen's journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashlog's got it. We're on board now. Okay, but I'm still talking to David, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all are not here for this.
Is there any mention of David in that book?
Who? What?
You are not here for this. You're not in the same room.
Rekko yells from downstairs.
You sure,
I guess
you
from
sure
where he's
don't.
at?
You sure don't.
Oh,
You can all group up and do such a thing.
no, it's fine. Rekko just thought he was
no
onto something.
metagaming. No metagaming.
I'm
Thought he
gonna
was
try
onto
and I'm gonna
something.
read the passage that he talks about the dancing lights, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
And
and he. Mhm.
Put the notebook, the journal back where I found it.
Okay. Yeah, and the passage is something to the effect of, like, I brought her a lilac I found in the field today. She kept telling me about the dancing lights she was seeing at night.
Mm.
Does the entry have a date to it? Or like, not specifically, but like, how long ago was this entry? Is what I'm asking.
This there's not a okay, there are dates. I cannot remember my months right now. This is the equivalent of September, but it's got an actual name that I wrote down. It's in my world anvil, and I don't feel like digging for it right now. It is the like harvesty months at the end of the year, like fall. And so this is the most recent entry in the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
What month is it now?
That same month. It's October.
It's October.
September,
Same-
October, something like
same
that.
month.
Yeah. I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, same month. It was. Let's say this entry was 3 days ago.
Okay. 3 days
Yep.
ago. I'm gonna show Naira. We're in the same area, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I show Naira the entry. Hey, there's something interesting here. Something about dancing lights. I don't know.
Dancing lights.
Is there some sort of check we can make to see if we've heard about something like this in this area, or something that might be similar to dancing lights?
Dancing lights. Yeah, both of you roll me nature checks.
Cool beans. It's a 10 from Otis.
14.
Nope. Not sure what that means.
Hmm.
No, but maybe she was seeing dancing lights over the fields?
Maybe.
Update. It's actually September and it's harvest's yield. I was almost there. That's the name of the month, everybody. It's the 15th of harvest yield. There we go. Boom. September for all you other people that don't speak fantasy of my fantasy world.
Fantasy.
Don't speak of my fantasy world that has like 2 followers on World Anvil. And I don't write this stuff anywhere.
I hope I'm one of the followers. Did I follow?
You are. Thanks.
We can address this at the end of the show. Don't worry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Maybe Ashlog might know something about this. Seems to be well, I mean, she is the Baba Yaga of the swamp.
True. It's she downstairs or she outside?
So it's you're all on the same level. It's just like different attached like rooms, basically. It's almost like a hostel, I guess, is the closest thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Although I can hear Rekko's talking to somebody, I'm not sure.
David, I have asked you now 5 times for any information that you have on this young girl, and you have not been cooperating. I think we will have to end our friendship if you are unable to help me.
Nair looks at her. Who's David?
I'm not. Maybe we should regroup.
Nair will kind of follow Rekko's voice to where he is.
Ashlog grabs the spider and eats it, and then
Oh.
says,
Rekko, we must go look for the girl.
David?
Oh boy.
David? Oh no. Okay, Baba.
Nair walks in.
Oh.
Who's David and what happened to him?
Yeah, something
David.
going on. What?
David was my friend. He was going to help me find the girl.
Ashlog goes like, pulls like a spider leg out of her mouth.
David! Oh, David.
Right. Ashlog, have you ever heard of dancing lights in this area?
TM. Would I happen to know if dancing lights might be will-o-wisps?
Like,
Roll a history check.
let's do it.
Is there not a swamp check? Does she have a flat swamp
Swamp
check?
Oh,
no, it's not the swamp check.
A 4. Yeah, it's like they're will-o-the-wisps.
Okay.
She's from the swamp. What do you want me to do? Huh? DC's be damned.
Oh,
True. Flat swamp check. Yes.
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 Dancing lights, that is another name for will-o-wisps. They are creatures of the swamp, the deep, deep swamp.
Do you know where we would find them?
Of course. I am Baba Yaga.
Is Baba Yaga?
She sure is.
I think that might be a good start to go find the girl. I think she might have seen some of those. And she seemed, according to one of the farmhands' notes, seemed very curious about them.
Speak to her too.
What? Sorry, Jesus. It's a bug in my eye. It's David. It's the revenge.
David, you live.
That's why my mic is so low, because it's sinking. I'm just having so many mic troubles tonight. All right, there we go.
Did they
So
speak to her too?
Oh, the will-o'-the-wisp.
Oh, that I have no idea. Is
Well,
that a
we can ask.
problem? What would happen if they spoke to her?
Ashlog like seems to like visibly calm. All the stress leaves her. She says, "The child is safe.
How do we know this?
The marsh mother must have called for her.
Should we go check?
Yes.
I trust you know the way.
Yes."
Do you though?
I'll follow you then.
I just feel like that Daenerys meme where she's like,
Really?
Oh
Really?
boy.
Mm.
I think before we head out, we should touch base with Val.
Yes,
Let him
and
know.
Gabrielle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you go
Yeah.
on ahead.
all right. And so yeah, whoever wants to go talk to Valmaris, can do so.
Ashlag
go
would like to
talk to
do
Val.
something first.
Ashlag gonna do something. What you gonna do?
After whoever's gonna go talk to Val leaves,
Bubba, what are you
Hmm.
doing?
I'm out.
Why did you eat David? Oh,
Be quiet,
Or-
Reko. I must concentrate.
and see her take out the bones.
Mhm.
oh, cast of destiny.
Yes, and I will cast a spell. I will cast
Augury.
Yeah, here it is. And so you, in the next 30 minutes, what specific course of action would you like to take?
Okay, so Ashlag wants to divine the bones and ask if going out into the swamp in search of the girl is a good idea.
Okay.
I don't know. Deep marsh is never a good idea, but you know, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
But she's
Good
kind of
idea,
asking in
as
a
in,
way like, is
find
she safe?
Hmm.
The reason to worry.
Yeah, is there a reason to worry about this?
I'm trying to think of how to word that. Wheel and woe.
Okay.
Wheel in the sense that you'll find what you want to find. Woe in the
That's
sense that you might not want to find it.
This is still good.
So Ashlag kind of leans over her bones and she seems to study them for some time. And you can see her
Oh, what does
face
it say?
starting to harden.
Mm-hmm.
She quickly picks them up, stuffs them in her pocket.
She said, "We must go quickly."
She kind of pushes Rekko out the way.
Bubba. Ah.
Rekko will
Stop,
stomp
stop,
out
stop, stop.
behind her. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And so you guys are you heading toward Gabrielle? Or are you heading toward
Ashlag will wait outside of the
Oh,
front
okay,
house.
okay.
Just
All right.
wait.
Yeah, so Otis and Nyara, you've gone back up to Valmaris, who's standing outside as you guys are searching these bunks, and he turns to you. Did you find anything?
We have a lead.
You do? Where? What is there anything I can do? Where did she go?
Well, we don't know exactly where, but Ashlag will be able to at least kind of maybe guide us there. She was seeing dancing lights, and she knows that they were will-o-wisps, and she might have went to go see them at night when she might have saw them out of her window and might be like, oh, there they are, and maybe went in that direction.
You say she ran out and chased swamp lights?
Highly possible.
Oh God, she could be anywhere.
It's a lead. At least we have a lead. You know, good news. We're gonna go. We're gonna go look.
Thank you, miss. I appreciate your optimism.
Real quick, and Otis would remember, did the what's it called? The journal entry say that the little girl wanted to see the dancing lights, or that Kaylin was going to show her the dancing lights?
Oh, yeah. So you would remember she was talking about it. Kaylin, from what you read, didn't seem to know what she was talking about. It was less the subject of the entry that you read and more kind of an offhanded, like one or two throwaway line, like, today she was talking about the dancing lights, those crazy kids, like, that sort of thing. It wasn't something so sinister as I'm going to go show her the dancing lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Val, when exactly did your daughter go missing?
Last night. Well, when I woke up, she wasn't here. So I don't know when.
And you've seen all your farmhands since this morning?
Yes. I called off everything today, the day's work, and made them all go out and search. They're all accounted for, albeit not here right now, but yes, I have seen them all.
All right. And do you know which direction Kaylin ran? Maybe where he went to look for her?
I believe, and he's just kind of trying to search his memory. I think to him it didn't really matter who went where. Let's see if he remembers. Come
on, man.
Come on, man. Slap him. Oh, that's not it. 1, 2. He might have gone. He might have been one of the ones that went into the swamp.
All right.
Meaning the west, like the more boggy area. Yeah. Okay. I realized that Moreka is a swamp. I meant the more swamp.
Right. We zoom out.
He might have been the one that went around. No. Yeah. To the west. Maybe. He's not entirely sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir. The morning has been a rush. You understand?
Right. And I think we've got it set in our sights to go out there and look for her. In the meantime, you may want to talk to Darth about your plant problem. It might reveal something interesting. You never know.
I trust your companion here. I think she's right. Maybe there is a connection. So, yes, I will talk to Osterbon about this. That man, insufferable, but damn good at his craft, unfortunately.
Very unfortunate.
Thank you, travelers. I understand I am just a destination on the roadside, and you've shown my family great kindness, even if you can't find her. Just anything you can tell me, please.
Sure, don't worry about it. We get paid by the day anyways.
We'll do everything. I kind of give him like a look of like, you just said that.
It's very blunt.
It's true. That's where that charisma check came in. And yeah, so he makes his leave of you guys and stands out in the field looking in the direction that just any direction with the desperate hope that it will reveal anything about where his daughter is. He doesn't look like he's really eaten or drank water today. He just a dad looking for his daughter. And yeah, so as you take your leave of him, you guys said you wanted to go up to Gabrielle as well.
Yeah, she'll just fill her in and tell her to get going.
Dancing lights. Oh. as much as I hate to do this, we can't wait around for you all to come back.
No, that's totally understandable, and we know that you're more than equipped to handle it.
Yes. Your father wasn't entirely pleased that the journey took as long as it did in the first place, so we're trying to make up for some lost time.
Yeah, no, totally get it.
Well,
we'll meet up with you in as soon as we can.
okay.
Hopefully with good news.
Yes. I suppose I'll see you in Ash Blossom then.
Suppose so.
Yeah. Thank you again for looking into this. The people of Mareka could really use more people like you.
Well,
And then she looks over to Ashlog and Rekka, who are probably doing something goofy.
Oh, Rekka's sitting. He's just waiting.
All right.
His eyes slightly wet from the loss of David, but other than that, he's just waiting.
Ashlog's
waiting
putting
outside.
a yam in her pocket.
Okay. Yeah, and so the caravan isn't going anywhere right now. So as you guys, if you all are picking up and heading in the direction of the swamp, actually, what are you guys doing? Just going west and hoping?
I guess we look.
We
to
follow the
Ashla.
bones.
Figure where she wants to
Ashla.
go.
Yeah.
She knows the swamp best.
Baba has never led Rekko wrong before. He shall follow Baba.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Always knows.
That way.
Okay. And you would know just from, I don't know, using your eyes, that the where it starts to get like into the more wooded, swampy area is actually a few miles away. So like if this girl like went all the way out here, golly, she was traveling for a while. So yeah, if you guys want to make your way over to where it begins to become more swampy, after just having enjoyed a brief moment of less swamp, back to more swamp.
Back into the swamps.
Yeah.
It always comes back to the swamp.
It's always the swamp.
I just try to get back out and they keep pulling me back in.
Yeah.
Shrek. And yeah, so if y'all, so do you have any, so what's your, how are you approaching this? What's your method here? Do you have
I mean, we're
one?
literally following Ashlog. I
Just,
don't know if
yeah,
there's a
Ashlog,
method.
what's
We are
going
doomed.
on? What does this look
So-
like?
So
Do we still have a map?
there's.
of-
I don't think anyone's mentioned this to Rekko, so you know what? He doesn't have any ideas. He doesn't know what
Okay,
the fuck
I
we're
know
doing.
exactly what Ashlog's going to do. They said that there is a lake, and Ashlog's going to assume probably heading in the direction of the lake is a good start.
Okay, you would
'Cause-
know that the lake is to the east.
Okay, there are ponds to the west. We're going to the ponds.
Okay.
Yes.
I also do let her know that Kaylin ran west. If that's any.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
At best recollection, right? You know?
At best recollection of a guy that was just like, go anywhere, anybody, I don't really give a shit. East, I thought you said west.
Did anyone clue Rekko in on the lights and the things?
Yeah. I think we were
Yeah,
all
I mean,
together when we.
He was crying about David at the time, so you're gonna have to remind him about it. But would anyone please remind Rekko?
Echo, keep your eyes out for unnatural lights in the swamp.
Looks
So-
like they're dancing.
I think for Rekko, because Baba Yaga's a legend, right? Like a literal legend.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way, shape, or form Rekko would have ever found her if
Mhm.
not led by some form of supernatural being.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Will-o'-the-Wisps. So I think he would understand, because that's in this. It's like the Swamp Mother calling, and that is the whole reason he would have ever ended up with Ashlog in any way, shape, or form. So at least that's how I see it. So he would have seen the lights before. So I would like to recall when the lights appeared to him and the circumstances thereof.
You've convinced me.
He's a dumb boy, so it's probably not going to work, but he's going to try.
Slap me with a history check.
Hell yeah, this is great. History check. Let me change that screen first. There we go. It's a 3.
It's a big
old 3,
old
Rob.
fat 3.
Rob, I haven't rolled over a 7 all night tonight.
It's a big woof, my dude.
I might be checking out early.
It's a big woof.
He doesn't remember. He remembers lights, and he just goes, ah.
Recco
So
remembers that there were, like, he saw deeper, as he ventured deeper into the swamps, he did see the occasional, like, mote of light float by. Whether or not it was actually a will-o'-the-wisp he saw, he can't really be sure. But you did see some form of swamp lights. You don't know what caused them to appear, but you would have known that the time of day that you saw them was probably later in the day, toward when the sun was beginning to set, or maybe perhaps that was just when you noticed them. So you surmise just from your recollection that maybe it needs to be sunset or later. Who's to say?
Rekko doesn't know anything.
Too confused, I guess. He follows Baba Yaga's lead, as he always does.
I mean, I just told you what you knew.
Right. But he's not sure, right? Like, that's the whole point.
Okay.
He's not sure. And they tell him about the lights, and yeah. So I guess the only pertinent thing is,
Baba, the lights. When Rekko saw them last, it was closer to night. Should we wait?
I think getting to the ponds while it is still light is a good idea. Perhaps we can wait there for nightfall.
That sounds good, yeah.
Then the Marsh Mother will guide the rest of the way.
The Marsh Mother, yes.
Hopefully.
Who's to say? So yeah, about midday. Yeah, so it takes you a few hours traveling at a normal pace to continue to make your way toward, like, you see the occasional, as you're passing, you see stuff that you haven't really seen as of yet in Moreka. A couple of this sucks because there was a meme about it, but this is genuinely, I'm not memeing. Like, I disclaimer, Rob is not memeing for once. There are like wild boars and stuff in the fields, and disclaimer, not 30 to 50, not 30 to 50. Fuck you. God, don't make me roll an encounter with 30 to 50 wild boars. I'll fucking do it.
what am I supposed to do? My children are out there.
What am I supposed to do? Oh my God, the children are out there. All right,
They're out
mind.
there.
Fuck, I accidentally memed. I hate this. But you're starting to see more of like a plains setting, and then it slowly does recede back into the swampy area. Chat, I am all about the memes. Don't get it twisted.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Golly. Anyway, I hate this. And I created this, and I hate this. Anyway, listen, when I developed Cypress, I didn't intend for stupid people to say stupid shit on the internet. Anyway, so where was I? Anyway, yeah, so it begins to recede back into the swampy wetlands that you've come to know. As you guys are traveling, roll me a perception check. I think you're actively looking for any signs of where you're going, anything that'll lead you to this
Come on, Rekko.
little gal.
Give me something.
9,
Oh
15,
my God.
8, and wow, Rekko's the only one that rolled above
I
a
did
10.
it!
Holy shit.
I did it! Chat,
Golly.
if you aren't clapping right now, I'm mad at you and I'm banning all of you. Clap for me.
Recco with a 15. I think
clap.
spurred on. Please clap. I think spurred on by the fire that burns inside of you for your comrade David that was lost to the elements of Ashlog's mouth. You are scanning like a hawk, man. You clock every movement you see. Your axe is ready. You are
Head on a swivel.
Yeah, head on a swivel, absolutely. You see like I said, like boars and other plains wildlife, and then as you get into the more marshy bits, you definitely do see the very familiar scales of crocodiles slightly submerged in water. You know, you're watching.
Not today, cousin.
And you see, you see a few birds and such fly from trees, and actually that didn't look like a bird.
Okay, feathered cousin, what are you?
Roll me a nature check, Recco.
Oh no. Back in the negatives, here we go. It's an 8.
An 8.
Yay! He did it.
It wasn't quite a bird. It looked almost like a rat.
What was? You do not look like feathered cousin.
It's gone though.
Nayara,
Yeah?
are there flying rats in the south?
Excuse me?
Flying rat, you know, flit from tree to tree like a bird do.
As far as I know, rats don't fly.
DM, would Recco know what a bat is?
I can tell you right now, yes, he would. It was bigger than a
Does
bat.
he know the difference between? Okay,
It
so
was,
he does know what a bat is.
It was more humanoid.
Nayara,
Yes?
do things that are bigger than bats look like rats and have fingers and toes fly in the south?
Why are you asking this question?
Recco noticed something with his very sharp eyesight. A flying creature, like bat, but... well, like Otis, a human.
So you saw someone flying?
This is what Recco's sharp eyes see, yes, I would not lie.
I don't think people fly.
This is what Recco thought as well, with his big brain, but I thought I would ask. What else could it be?
Otis?
Mm-hmm.
Any insight to this flying human person that Recco claims he saw?
Is there some sort of check that I might know what this is?
It's hard to tell because like Recco didn't describe it all that well because he got an 8. Like he thinks he saw what he thinks he saw. I'm gonna say
with big flying rat. Does that ring a bell?
Humanoid rat, no less.
Humanoid rat.
Yeah.
Bigger than a bat.
Roll a nature check with disadvantage.
We reaching, y'all.
We reaching.
Boy.
Was my nature check not helpful enough, Rob? Is that what happened there?
It could have been, but 14 with disadvantage is pretty good.
Pretty good.
It is. Otis, I think you get the notion that he might might have seen something more along the lines of a winged kobold.
I am.
Which are not rats.
It's I mean, could it have been? Rego, did you see it? Nah. Well. If what you saw is right, I am. I think we should tread lightly. Are you familiar with kobolds?
DM, are Dragonborn familiar with their cousins, the kobold?
Calling them cousins, oof, bold. I mean,
Cousins,
just because
cousins
they're
in the fact-
reptilian, just because they're reptilian.
They're part dragon.
Yeah,
Oh, they are. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Dragons.
That is fair.
They're just like
Small, they're like goblin versions. If they're hobgoblins,
yeah,
they're like goblin dragons.
you would not have seen one that flies. You would kobolds with wings? Please.
But I would know the word kobold.
You would know what a kobold is. Yeah.
Otis, yes, I'm familiar with the kobold. I really don't like to talk about them. Much too small to be called proper dragon, but
Sure.
I've never seen one with a wing.
Well, regardless, we should just keep our eyes peeled at the skies, just in case.
Reko will keep a sharp eye out.
Yeah, and Petros is also gonna keep an eye out on the sky.
Okay. Sounds good.
Pac-Man Sentinel.
This Hackman, basically.
Processing. And yeah, so as you guys continue, you Reko and Petrus, I think, looking at the sky. Reko, I think, looking in the direction that it flew. It seems to have flown west, so that's convenient. And yeah, as you continue, you're getting into like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Not quite sunset, but I think you're well at the edge of like what would be considered more of a dense swamp. And yeah, there's no sign of a little girl, but Ashlag and Nyara are the ones with 15 passive.
Yes.
Yes.
You both notice somebody rustling through the bushes nearby.
Ashlock, did you catch that?
Yes.
I want to try and stealthily sneak up to those bushes.
Roll me a stealth check. 19. All right. So, Nyara, as you approach the bushes, I think maybe waving a hand back to your party and just hang on. And you slowly approach and you come upon a tree and you sort of peek behind the tree and you see somebody that's kneeling on the ground and you know, has their hand in the dirt and is sort of tracing their fingers along something. And it looks to be another elf. Actually, another half elf.
Have you seen
And
this person before or new person?
you've never seen this person before.
Are they wearing anything that might identify them as?
They do not appear to be wearing the familiar MET leathers that you've seen. They appear to, by all intents and purposes, be outfitted with normal working man's clothes.
Like a farmhand?
Could be. Farmhands do tend to wear working man's clothes.
Is it a man?
It is. His hair is tied back in a ponytail, but you can tell by the shape of his jawline, maybe his shoulders are pretty broad. He does seem to be fairly large for somebody of elven descent, but I mean, half could have been a beefy human, father or mother.
Naya will have her hand on her rapier just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But she's gonna go peer over and be like, Kaylin?
Who are you?
We're from the Cypress company. We've come to help.
Are you here to help us look for the daughter whose name I forgot? Emerald?
Emerald? Yeah, we have.
Oh, gods. Don't do that.
Just...
And he stands up, and he actually stands to be almost about 6 feet tall.
Tall boy?
Yeah, tall boy. And you see that his hand was also on a small hunting knife. Still in its sheath, but at the mention of Cypress Company, he lowers his hand away from that and stands up and walks up to you and says, well, gave me the shock of a lifetime.
Sorry, I had to be sure you were who I thought you might have been.
You know my name. What do I call you?
Oh, I'm Nyara, and well, if you walk over around the tree, I am not alone.
Oh my. Okay. Yes. And so he'll just sort of step out from behind the tree and just kind of give an awkward wave to the party. Hello.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
Is he hot?
No role is involved in this because he hot.
Sweet. Thanks.
He's like farmhand hot.
Yeah, he's like Princess Bride as you wish hot.
Why can't I quit you?
As you wish hot. That's the best kind.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, handsome boy.
I imagine when he stood up and Nair kind of caught all of him. She was like,
all of him.
Hi. Cheeks colored a little.
It's the background song that they play in The Princess Bride.
Yep.
We're looking for a small child. Come on. Keep it together for a second.
Is that here's the rest of us. There's Rekko and there's Otis and that's Ashlog. Guys, I found Kaylin.
Oh, Kaylin.
Yes. I suppose you've been to the farm then.
Yeah, that's where we came from.
I've been out here since the morning. I haven't stopped looking, and I have no idea where she could have gone. She was just playing yesterday, talking about the dancing lights. I had no idea she meant to come find fireflies or whatever they are.
Right. Have you well, where have you looked so that we don't look twice? Or
He blushes at that. I haven't really gone much farther than this. It's embarrassing, but the swamp it creeps me out, and I haven't quite mustered the courage to go and for fear I'd get lost, frankly. I know, it's embarrassing. I should be looking for Imril, but
No,
I'm no adventurer.
It's fine. It's fine. We got it covered.
Yeah, at least you're pretty.
Nair just like turns to Otis like, you had to say that to his face.
I'm sure he knows it.
He doesn't seem to respond to that. He just sort of gets flustered or blushes and just looks down.
Well, hurry on. Probably get back to the farm there. I'm sure they could use your help there.
Otis, you are right. He is very pretty. I just noticed.
Yeah, right?
Meh.
Well, if you don't mind, could I come with you?
Sure, of course. If that makes you feel better. More the merrier.
I really, really want to find her. And if I have a group of capable adventurers with me in the swamp, I quite frankly feel a little braver. I'm not much in a fight, but I can try.
I'm sure you'll do great. Just stand next to me. You'll be fine.
Are there any other farm hands out here? You are here alone?
Yes, I think Beluar is a little bit farther north of here along the tree line. I'm not sure. We all sort of tried to spread out as much as we could.
You do not do much searching, do you?
Well, no, not really. We tried to cover as much ground as we could. We didn't know.
No. It's okay. Just need to know whether or not, if we see strange movement, if we should shoot at it or not.
I would feel more comfortable if we checked if it was one of my friends first. You understand?
This is why I ask.
Yes, I'll be able to point them out.
That's helpful. See, being helpful already.
No, you know what? You came out here on your own. That's pretty brave. Don't sell yourself short there.
We don't need to patronize me. I'm.
All right then. Let's just keep moving.
Please. Yeah, he doesn't seem terribly comfortable now. Weird. And yeah, so Kaylin joins the party. And yeah, like, do you guys just trek further into the swamp there?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so as you guys are walking through the swamp, I guess just kind of in a straight line, Kaylin asks Nyara, do you have any idea where she may have gone other than dancing lights? I mean, are we just walking in any direction?
Well, Ashlog here, our companion of many talents, she is from the swamp and knows more about dancing lights and the directions in which they could lead to.
He sort of speaks in a whisper to you. Yes, I smelled her.
Yep, she is definitely one with the swamp. It grows on you. Literally, it doesn't leave.
Literally, it doesn't leave. Yes.
Oh gods. And yeah, so Ashlag, so if you're leading, is there anything you're trying to, like, are you trying to posit like any sort of direction? I mean, now that you're here, is there anything leading you?
So Ashlog would be speaking out loud in Sylvan. I think she knows.
Yes.
Yes, that was the language I used to.
Yep.
Okay. So she's going to use thaumaturgy to kind of raise her whisper and let it carry, kind of like the way she did in the spooky way in the tent.
Mhm.
But she's calling out, saying something to the effect of, "Mother, I've come. Show me where the child is." And she's just kind of trying to talk to the wisps.
Do me a favor and roll intimidation.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Does guidance have to be declared before you make the roll?
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
16.
16.
Okay, a 16. You all hear the fluttering of wings. And you see shadows kind of like scatter from treetops that you may not have necessarily been looking at. And flee at the sound of Ashlog's plea, I guess, command, prayer, whatever it was.
Spooky shit.
Spooky shit.
It's a technical
Yeah.
term.
Yeah. Say, gods, what the hell was that?
New
She
guy.
is Baba
Alright.
Yaga.
It's
The fairy tale.
Does she look like a fairy tale to you?
Rekko, do you have inspiration?
No, I used it last time.
Take some inspiration for that one.
Hey, there you go. Callbacks are fun.
I was trying to bait somebody into it. Nice. No, I suppose she doesn't. I meant more the hell, what those? I've never seen birds like that.
I don't think those are birds.
Duh, Rekko saw something like this earlier. Like a rat bird thing.
Like a flying
Otis,
kobold.
yeah, Otis say flying kobold, but I have never seen flying kobold. It's ridiculous.
Kobolds. Why the hell would kobolds be this far out of the swamp? The and yeah, I think he catches a couple inquisitive looks, probably from Rekko in particular, who's not really from around here. Well, I mean, usually they only, if you believe the legends of swamp hags and whatnot, and he kind of shoots a glance at Ashlog and sort of changes up his wording as not to offend her. If you've any experience with swamp hags, which thankfully I don't, but I hear they keep kobolds as minions. And I'll be honest, it doesn't do well for me to know that a girl is missing and kobolds are about.
It's definitely concerning.
Ashlog, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
I am very wise. Oh shit.
Oof.
That's an 8.
Oh, no.
Ashlog, you get a headache that splits your skull, and you are brought down to your knees in pain.
Ashlock collapses very dramatically.
Baba!
And only you hear this in your mind. You command my swamp? Fine. Come find me. Hey, look, it's 10 o'clock. Oh boy, why would you look at the time? I guess we should go.
Dang it, dude! I freaking knew it too. It was like as we started creeping up, I was like, something's gonna happen here. Something's gonna happen. Oh my god, that was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, well, that was Cypress episode 11. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was super freaking cool. Thank you, Rob. Well done, dude.
Thank you.
Well freaking done. Let's do some shout outs and we'll wrap up the show here. Nick, where can the people find you at?
Yo, people, you can go find me over at twitch.tv/Nick Gibbles. Over there, I do a show called NPC Lab with a buddy of mine. And it's a lot of fun. We goof and gaff for about 2 hours, and we roll a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition NPC. We've done Danny DeVito. We've done Sonic the Hedgehog. We've done just recently we did the most average and forgettable shopkeep. Now that didn't just happen. We tried to do that. So we do some fun stuff over there. Also, earlier I mentioned I'm releasing some music. I'm in a ska band. Whoa, called Dropcase, and we have a Twitter and a Spotify, and we're releasing new music. We have a new EP dropping very soon. If you're interested on that, we just put up the CD art on our Twitter at Dropcase, and it'll be up on Spotify or wherever you listen to music soon. Whoa, that's me.
Awesome, dude. Thank you very much. Stella, where can the people find you at?
Hello, friends. I am Stella Luna here on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer. I do stuff of the artsy-fartsy kind, and I also do various kinds of D&D. I do Pokemon D&D, sci-fi D&D, and I have different kinds of D&D coming up in my community as well. And I'm also here on Runaway Robots channel playing in Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Yes, thank you. Roberto, where can the people find you at?
Well, hello. Hi, I'm Rob. I DM stuff and torture these fine people once a week, sometimes twice within a week. That was neat. It was a nice little privilege to, emotionally scar them another day so soon. You can find me here most of the time on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern for DieFall Cypress, at least for the next few weeks. And when I'm not here, you can find me a couple different places. On Twitter at bonusstagerob, at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_rob, where I play a variety of games. I've been dialing back the streams a little bit, usually just streaming on the weekends. Lately, it's been Witcher 3, which is probably why this song has been playing the entire time, because golly, the soundtrack. And you can find me at twitch.tv/game nights. That is game with 2 G's, like GG, and Knights with a K, like the guys with the swords and whatnot, playing a Monster of the Week campaign, and that is every other Sunday. So you just missed it. Where were you? How dare you? You can catch that. We're only 2 episodes in. Every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. There we go. And that's me.
Thank you, Rob. Little Lady May, where can the people find you at?
Well, they can find me on the internet as the Lady May, and that's MEA, on Twitch and on Twitter and on Instagram. I am a creative streamer. I do lots of paintings. I do lots of nerdy paintings like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Overwatch, MCU, Star Wars, Dragon Age, all that fun stuff. I also take lots of pictures of my cats and lots of dice. So if you like those things, you probably like the pictures I post.
Excellent. Thank you very much, May. Hi, I'm Runaway Robots, my channel, so you probably know that already. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. We also do some tabletop content here, like the 2 D&D shows that we run, which is DieFall Cypress, and our other one, which is Waterdeep Dragon Heist, the show that I DM. Currently, we're going through Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and I'm doing my very best to catch all of the waifus in a very Pokemon style fashion, so that'll be Super fun. So I'll be on that tomorrow night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then I'm gone. So this is the thing right now. This is why we're doing this show today rather than Thursday. I'm gone this weekend at Dragon Con in Atlanta. So if you're there, hit me up on Twitter. Say hi at runawayrobot_. And that'd be super dope. That being said, means we don't have Dragon Heist this week either. So big ol' fat bummer for that one too. But we will be back next Thursday, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time for more DieFall Cypress. So I hope to see you all there. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. Remember to follow all of these lovely people, follow the channel here, and we'll see you next time. Later.